Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Linda and I'm a product designer from Toronto. So for today's video, from the title down below, I'll be talking about networking in 2020 as a product designer, specifically in a time like this during COVID-19. So basically I'll be talking about one, why is networking so important for us? And two, how do you go about this? And some tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys that have worked for me in the past. So if you're interested into hearing more, please keep on watching. So why is networking so important? And I know there are a million reasons out there, reasons that you guys already know of or you might have seen online, but I want to talk about specifically how this relates to product designers and how it's important to me as well. So the first thing would be finding mentors. And I know within our industry, mentorship is super important, especially in the beginning of your career. So I don't know about you, but when I was starting out in design, I don't know of any platform or product that really does this well for designers. There are some just more general mentorship programs out there, but I have not come across a really good one. And I think networking really helps with that when finding really good mentors for yourself. Number two would be improving your communication skills. And I know that networking for a lot of people is very uncomfortable or scary. And trust me, when I first started doing it, it wasn't the easiest thing. With our job as designers, there is the collaboration aspect where we're always talking to other designers, other stakeholders, and making sure we're articulating our design decisions and our thoughts very well. And that's where that communication skill really comes in handy. So I think that being able to improve your skills through networking is very valuable. The third one is making new friends who are alike as you. Basically, I say this because even though networking can be more of a professional interaction and relationship builder, I would also say that this would lead to very genuine relationships and friendships as well. And that being said, I would say if you are making these connections and relationships with people who are more alike, so another designer, not only do you have more designer friends, but you're able to go to people who know your work and what you do, and it's easy to bounce ideas off of each other, have these projects and do them together and really grow together overall. And the fourth one, which is the last point I want to make, which is growth and job opportunities. So I know sometimes people might get this conception that these network opportunities and these engagements lead to job opportunities, but sometimes that's not the case. If you really hit it off with someone the first time, then maybe they will offer you an opportunity, but usually starts off with just a conversation and it's more of a long-term investment. I know investment sounds weird, so I'm gonna say a long-term friendship, relationship that you will either way benefit from, whether it's more personal or it's for your career as well. For example, let's say you meet someone the first time and you guys really click, and maybe even though they might not have an opportunity for you the first time, maybe in the future as you guys progress this relationship, they will think of you when a new job pops up at their company and then they'll reach out to you. Just think of it as long-term relationships that can ultimately help you and benefit you in the future. With that being said, I do also want to go into why is this even more important right now in a time like this during COVID-19. And it's because since everyone is working from home, everyone's just inside, there's no way to go out and have those natural conversations or be able to network outside, whether it's through outside network events or conferences or just even in your workplace. That networking aspect is a lot harder now, I would say. So we need to put in extra effort to make this happen. And with so many people getting laid off from their jobs, there's also this higher job competition within the job market, which just makes it really hard for everyone to stand out because there is an influx of people who need jobs. So this kind of relates to my point where if you already had these connections and relationships built in the first place, maybe you wouldn't be struggling right now during COVID because you have people coming to you for new jobs or new opportunities where you don't necessarily need to go through the whole job hunting process that everyone dreads. So that's why networking is so important. I think it's still very important in a time like this as well. You just never know who you're meeting and what that can really bring for you, whether it's in that moment or in the future. So, you know, for myself, I feel like if I did more networking and got myself out there more before this COVID time, maybe it would have been easier for me to get a job. I don't know. I think in terms of jobs, it's not only skill, it's also connections and who you know as well. And of course, timing, and just everything plays in a factor when you are job hunting. So now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about something that's more interesting and that you guys are waiting for, obviously, and that is, how do I do this? What is the best way? And I want to share with you guys some things that have worked for me and still work for me that can help you guys as well. So the first way that you guys can get yourself out there and meet more people is just reaching out to people on LinkedIn. I know this sounds very easy and simple to do, which it is, but I feel like not many people do it. Not too sure, maybe it's just my thoughts, but I feel like more people can be doing this and benefiting from it. So this is specifically for job hunting and looking for your next opportunity, just being ready for that. So I'll actually give you guys kind of a step-by-step on how you guys can go about this, and that has worked for me. So for example, let's say you're online and you found some companies that you would like to work for. What I would do is go onto the company's website, research more about them, whether it's through their blogs, the articles, like newspaper, Twitter, whatever social media platform that they have online. Read through that and really understand kind of their values and morals and what they do. And if that still resonates with you and what you would like in your next job, then what I would do is go onto LinkedIn, search in the company. There's a way you can see the people who work at the company itself. So I would click onto that, go through who's working there, and type in the role that you would want. So for me, it would be a product designer. I would type that in, and that will populate every product designer that works at the company. And then after that, I would go through everyone's kind of profile, see who they are, how long they've worked at the company, and of course, see if anything that sticks out to you within their profile that really resonates with you, because when you do reach out to these people, you want it to be still genuine. So once you found a person that you would like to reach out to, I would connect with them, and before the connection request gets sent out, you get an option to add a note. And this part is the most important part. Please do not skip this part, is always add a note. This is because if I'm doing it, other people may be doing it, and they might be just getting a lot of random requests that they don't even go through. If you add a note, one, you stand out, obviously, because there's like a paragraph underneath your request, and two, you just come off as more genuine. Within this note, again, this part is very important as well with what you write within it. And I know in the note you only have a limit of 100 characters. It might be less or more, but either way, it's very short. It's not enough to like have a whole essay and introduce yourself. So what I usually do is introduce who I am, my name, my role, and then like where I'm located. And then the next two sentences, I talk about anything that I resonate with them or the company that they work for, and ask if they can talk and chat, whether that's over message or a phone call. So once you send that over, and this is more from my personal experience, of course, I would say 90% of the time this works in the sense that they accept my connection request and they also reply to what I'm asking for. So it might take a day, couple days, some weeks. It really depends. It doesn't matter, but it's a good sign that they still get back to you, of course. And usually, again, they're more than happy to chat, whether that's over message or on the phone, like a phone call or a Zoom call or whatever it is. And usually for me, I always ask for a 30-minute phone call, Zoom call. That way it's just easier to get the conversation going and be able to really build that genuine friendship, relationship, whatever you want to call it. And when I get on a phone call with them, it's usually regarding like the company that they work for, and a specific job posting that I saw. And by the end of the conversation, usually 30 minutes to 40 minutes, depending on how much time they have, and of course how good the conversation goes, it usually ends in a referral or even like a mention of my name to the recruiting manager or whoever's in charge, and I will usually get an interview for that job. So by no means am I telling you that this conversation is gonna lead to you getting the job. That is not the case at all. It's more helping you to get a foot in the door. So again, I just want to reiterate that this has worked for me personally. I'm not telling you that it's gonna work for everyone else. I'm just sharing you guys that it's a good option, it's not hard to do, and you also just meet really good people as well. Second way is joining design communities. So joining design communities is also very beneficial, and it works in the sense that you're naturally meeting a lot of people at once within that community that is available to you. So there are 4 that I do want to mention that you guys can join, and each one has different purposes, as I will go and explain that as well. So the first one is Design X. You guys might have heard of it. It's one of the bigger communities out there that is well established and developed in a way where I think they also have their own platform now that you pay $2 a month, I believe. I'm also on that. And for this community, because it's a very big one, there's people from all over the world that work at big and small companies, from early to senior leadership designers. So there's a lot of content on there that you can benefit from. And that being said, because there's so many people, it's very common that people ask for mentorship within those channels, and it's very easy to reach out to people on that community itself. They also hold a lot of design conferences where within the conferences there are opportunities to meet new people, and that's another form of networking. So it's really easy to meet those new people within those conferences. So number 2 is Hexagon. So this is also a pretty well-known community in the sense that it's more about empowering women and non-binary folks. They're known more for their mentorship program where they provide this for free, I believe. So you have to apply for this, but at the end of the day, it is for free, and you do get paired up with very good mentors, from what I heard at least. The third one is Design Local, and this is more of a smaller community, but it's also the same as the top 2 where you get the content and like meeting new people, but this one is different in the sense that you do have access to like design challenges and the real life projects that you work on. You just again have to apply for them, and the spots do fill up pretty quickly, but when you are in these challenges, again, you are meeting other people, networking per se. And the last one is a self-plug, and that is my own design community on Facebook, which I will link in the description box below. This is for more early starting designers who are switching careers or even like self-taught designers. This is more catered towards them. It's more intimate, it's more targeted for those early designers, and I think it's very important to start networking at an earlier time if you can. And I do host like virtual meetups every 2 weeks to have that opportunity for those people who want to meet new people as well. So moral of the story for today's video is network as much as you can, especially early in your career. And I know it's not comfortable or easy to do, but I promise it is very beneficial and will help you in the future for both personal and career growth. And you know what? It's also fun to do when you meet new people, new friends, right? Go find ways to do that, and I promise you that you won't regret it. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!